Hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is 10:30 a.m. here Monday morning, and I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into vintage knives. Um, I just want to talk about vintage knives a little bit. I'm very inexperienced with vintage knives. And I really don't even know if you consider these right here vintage knives. These are all that I have lined up now. These are not all of them. I couldn't fit any more on the table. And I hate overloading my table, and it looks a mess. And it just doesn't make much sense. If there's more knives I need to show, I just got to do another video. But this will give you an idea of what I've been searching for as of late. These are all new pieces that I've purchased over the months and that I have set my eye on. Now, like I said, I don't know if these are vintage knives because I hear people talking about 1900s, numbers like that. I mean, they're really going back, and I've seen some knives that are very, very, very old. That to me is vintage. These knives here are from the 70s. Most of these knives here, I don't have all the boxes out, but I went back as far as, I would have went back further, but they just, you know what it is, guys? I just don't want to shell out the money I don't mind putting out the money for pieces that are in decent shape. And I mean decent, like as in there could have flaws on them. Like a lot of these, if I open these up, they got pepper spots on them. These are not mint, by no means mint knives, but they're clean. They're clean users. But I would even go back further if I could get some, somewhat clean pieces, if you know what I mean. I don't mind having some spots on the blades, a couple nicks on the bolsters, you know what I mean. But I'm going to try and keep on going back as far as I can. If I see a knife that strikes my eye, I'll pick it up if the condition is right, because I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't want to put my money out for something that's just completely rusted away and there's like nothing left of the blade. There's like very, very little left of the blade. I don't collect those kind of knives. I leave that for the other people that are into them. There's a lot of people that are into them and like to restore them. That's a project for a full restoring, cleaning them up and trying to, but some of them are, man, they're in really bad shape. And I look at them every day and I'm like, man, I wish that knife was just in a little bit better shape. But they ask the premium for the knife too. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, and the knife is quite beat up pretty bad. So I pass on them. I want a knife that I can use. These are meant to be used, and I want them to function properly. I don't know how else to explain it, but I don't have my boxes with me right now. These all did come in boxes. Some of them don't. Some of them didn't. But it's hard to remember all the years and stuff because sometimes they give you a year of like 40 to 80 something, and they give you these time frames like you're like they estimate it. They estimate the knife. You know what I mean? There's a couple of them here that are estimated. This big folding hunter is estimated. It's a K-bar, and boy, this is a beautiful, beautiful piece, guys. Look at this K-bar that I found. Look at the condition of this K-bar. Now, it has slight, like I said, it does have a little bit of problems with it. Not much problems. But look at the jigging they used to do on these knives years ago. You ever see a K-bar folding hunter like that? This one's the Knife Collectors Club. This one's from the Knife Collectors Club. And I just fell head over heels over this piece. You can see the blade. It's got some scroll work there. There it is, 1996. There you go, right there. This is a 1996. Now, that's not vintage. This isn't a vintage one. But you can see it's just absolutely beautiful, though. Beautiful. So this is a 96 piece. Now, like I said, this one isn't vintage to me. This is, you know what I mean? That's a new knife. This angler knife is a pretty cool one here. It's got the name of the string, the test on it, the line, strain. You can see it, S-T-R-E-N. And it's a really, really cool piece. It's made by Remington. Give you a look at this. Limited to 1 of 5,000. It's a Remington. Made in the USA. But this is a pretty cool little fish knife. Look at that descaler. That is pretty cool. That is really pretty cool. Nice and thin and slender. And this is sharp, man. This is very sharp. Focus. But yeah, I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of like some of the knives that I'm dabbling in. I know that like Warthog, he goes back quite far, you know what I mean? This one's an older piece. This Winchester. I love this Winchester. Warthog has every one of them. He has every one of them. But man, I tell you what, I fell in love. I wish I could find more of these. This is a Winchester. And I just fell head over heels over this brass. The way it is, it just looks so beautiful. It's the perfect size. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And I think that this one's an older, this is a little bit older. This is the kind of era that I go for. This is like a 70s piece. But nevertheless, I just really appreciate the older. It's weird on how you come so far. You know what I mean? I've come so far, like in the beginning of my collecting. You know what I mean? Like I started out with Spyderco knives, and then I got myself a handful of Spyderco knives, and I was all into that. Then I went into the modern flippers and the ball bearing knives and the best bearings and all that. Then I went down that road for a while. Then I got into the traditionals, which I'm still obviously in the traditionals. I went down that rabbit hole and never came back. But then I discovered there's even more out there. And that is vintage knives. That is vintage knives. And they are just some of the most beautiful pieces that you'd ever want to put your eyes on. Like this Primble. This is a Primble. Look at this Primble, how how beautiful this really is. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. See if I could focus in on that. Yeah, it's not going to let me. Let me see. It says perfect knife, perfect I can't read that. But it's just a beautiful piece. I'm trying to find dates on them. I know that this is a little bit older too. And it's just look at the jigging, how they did the jigging on this, you know? And like I said, to me, this is older to me. And I know to most people it's not. Look how beautiful this camp knife is. This is a, oh man, what is this? Darn camp knife. This is a Western. This is an older Western. Del ring covers. It's an older piece. This is like 70s, you know? And it's not that old. It's not that old because some of these guys are collecting some really old pieces. But this is just a beautiful, I mean, I'm just getting my feet wet, guys. I'm just, I'm just basically getting my feet wet. This is this is one of my favorite ones. Now, this isn't even old. This is a Canal Street. Look at this Canal Street piece. It's serial, it's numbered. They giving them to you numbered. I mean, this is a whole different ball game. This isn't a, look at this. It's a Whittler. Canal Street. Oh, I can't make it out. But this is a 3-blade, this is a Whittler. But just look at this blade, man. Look how beautiful that is. And again, this is older to me because it's like 70s, 80s era, you know what I mean? It's not new 2013, you know what I mean? So this has got some years on it. It's got some years on it. And like I said, I'm not afraid to go back further. I'm not afraid to go back further, but I want to find the right pieces because I don't want them to be just total rust buckets where I can't use them. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in the pieces that are just completely rusted out and they don't even open or close. But some people are into them. And that's what makes the world go round. You know what I mean? That's what our world would be pretty boring if we were all the same, don't you think? This is another one of my favorite ones. This is a Moore maker. This is a Moore maker. This is all knives that I'm just getting introduced to. I don't know much about Moore maker. You know what I mean? I don't know too much. The snap is really good on it. Let's see what year this one's from. Made in US. This is a 2018. See? This is a new model. That's newer. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. This is only 5 years old. This is a brand new piece. This is like a brand new piece right here. But I'm just, like I said, guys, I'm just getting my feet wet. I don't really, it's hard to really get involved. To me, it's pretty hard to get involved in. This is a pretty cool Barlow. Now, I know for a fact that this one's older. I forget how old this one is. But still, the fit and finish is there. Everything is there, you know what I mean, for how old it is to me. Look at that bone. You ever see bone like that? Have you ever seen bone like that? I mean, it's just striking. It's just all out beautiful. It's so smooth. It's so, and this is an older knife. To me, it's older. To somebody else, it might be like, that's not an old knife. A 1973, you know what I mean? That's not old, Pete. In 1973. But this is another beautiful, beautiful piece that I'm just so happy I picked up. It's a cattaraugus. Am I saying that right, guys? A cattaraugus? This is a cattaraugus. And boy, I'll tell you, man, I just love this piece. It's numbered on the back there. It's got your number right there. And this is, again, this is an older piece to me because this is like late 70s, 80s era, something like that. But just look at the jigging. Look how beautiful this piece is. Look how clean. Look how clean it is. You know what I mean? Most of them, they'll tell you it's light users or light use. I try to look for the light users. And, you know, I don't want them, like I said, I don't want them too banged up. But just check out these little pieces. Like, I found this striking with the woman laying there in her, she's got the flower in her hair. I mean, I just found this fantastic. It's an old, you guys know what this is. It's an old frost knife. It's an old frost cutlery knife. But isn't that cool, though? I had to pick it up. And this was cheap. This was, I think, $15 or something. But I just loved it. You know what I mean? Because it was cool. It was a neat little piece. And I said, you know something? I got to have that for the collection. I just got to have that for the collection. And I thought it was neat. For $10, $15, you know. Older Stockmans. I'm a big Stockman guy. Look at the Stockmans. These are older pieces. Schrade Walden. This is a Schrade Walden piece, guys. This is an older piece. This is like an 80s, 80-something. I don't think it's 70s. But just absolutely fantastic. Here's a Camillus. Beautiful Stockman Camillus. Beautiful. Yellow jacket Camillus, man. Check this out. Yellow jacket, man. That's a bad knife right there. That's a nice little clean Stockman. And these could be 70s. This one could be a 70s. I think it is. You can see it right there. Camillus. I know for a fact that this is an older one. This is a trapper. A Remington trapper with the bullet. This is a beautiful trapper. I mean, beautiful trapper. I love this knife, man. I love this knife. It just looks so... It looks so good, you know what I mean? It looks so good. It don't bother me that these are Delrin covers. That don't bother me. I've noticed a lot of the knives back in the day were Delrin. They were Delrin covers. A lot of them were made with Delrin. Here's a Boker. Here's an old, I know for a fact again that this, I remember buying this. This is an older Boker. Look at that. Look at that inlay. The Tree brand. Look at that. Look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful Boker. Now, if you don't tell me that's not a nice Stockman. They're just nice. They're just fun. They're on another level. They're really on another level. They are on another level. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you an idea just an idea of some of the stuff I'm tinkering with. I'm getting involved in. It's fun. It's fun, and to get into these vintage pieces, it's really a good. I'm having such a great time with them. I really am. And these pieces aren't even that old. They're not even that old. I'm still looking. I will go back further. I still have more to pull out that I didn't put on the table. I have older ones too. I still have older ones. These are older. These are like 70s. I got a couple of these that are 70s. Now, again, that's not too old to you guys. But to me, that's old. The 70s, that's a 50-year-old, that's a 50-year-old knife there, guys. I was born in 1972. I'm 51 years old. A couple of these knives are over 50 years old. That's pretty old to me. Not old to big-time vintage, enthusiasts that collect these knives that go way back, way back. You know what I mean? I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? I'm not there yet. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys a peek at what I have. So, let me know what you guys think about these pieces, guys. And, yeah, let me know. Give me a hand on talking about, or what do you guys know about these knives here? Anyway, I'm going to let yous go. I'll let yous get down the road. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. And, yeah, I'm going down this vintage road, man. Do you guys like vintage knives? Warthog, where you at, buddy? Shoot a video on your vintage knives, please. He don't talk a lot, Warthog. He don't talk to me that much. I love him to death, though. All right, I guess I'll let you get going. Be good, be well, be safe, and yeah, Rick, do me a favor if you can, buddy. Shoot a video on your vintage knives. I want to see some of your vintage pieces. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.